All right, and welcome, dude, to an extra special summer edition of some summer side questing. How you doing, boss?
Super summer side questing.
Yeah. AKA, we suck at games these days, so we're like half done with fucking Control, and it's tight. But, you know, scheduling, and we like to drink a few brews and then talk about other cool things that we would do. So we're going to do one of those this time, and it's going to be a good time.
This is true, man. We are about halfway through Control. It's been cool, but just like with Disco Elysium, I feel like it makes more sense to roll the credits on that one instead of giving our hot takes halfway through.
Yeah, and I also know that without that carrot, I won't finish the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I could give you some pretty solid thoughts on all sorts of things, gameplay, vibe, just everything going on. But it would be better to finish it and understand what's going on.
Indeed, Lo-Fi Boys rolling credits again.
Yeah, we'll catch a stride eventually here. When we pick like kiddie games that take 2 hours again.
Kiddie games, come
Well,
on.
I just
now.
meant like short. You know what? Fuck it. I take nothing back.
This man has no respect for the Game Boy.
I didn't even mean it like that, but as soon as I said it, I was like, oh man, he's gonna be all butthurt about his niche Game Boy aesthetic, which is fine. But yes, first off, I've been teasing this in private chats for like a year, but I do not feel great about my top 10 of all time. And Alex has like 7 more games that he wants to enter into his top 10. So
The top 10 Lo-Fi Goats.
yes,
For
we did
the
this.
avid listener, that
Yeah.
would have been maybe 2022, end of 2021. It's been a while since we refreshed the list.
I want to say it was at the end of 22 and we released it at the very beginning of 23. That feels right.
Okay. Yeah.
And spoiler, I don't think any game I've played since has entered. Maybe if I was a Baldur's Gate 3 boy, or if I was manly enough, or just generally courageous enough to play Elden Ring, perhaps that would have cracked it.
I've got some shakeups to my list.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, first off, I'm gonna list mine,
Right on.
and I want you to list yours. So number 1, I had the greatest game of all time, not Tetris.
You show me yours and then I'll show you mine.
Breath of the Wild, number 1 all time. Ocarina of Time, number 2, mildly controversial, not really. Number 3, I have Civ 6. Number 4, Skyrim. I have replayed that. I feel great about that since listing this on there. I didn't feel great at the time, but I feel very, very strongly. Number 5, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Right on.
Number 6, NCAA Football 14 coming back this month, baby.
Oh, boy.
Coming back, baby. Very excited for that. Very ignorant. Number 7, Skate 2. Very specifically, has to be Skate 2, but the whole franchise slapped. Number 8, Smash Brawl GameCube.
Brawl, huh?
Nostalgia, middle
That's
school. Everything's the coolest in middle school and high school when you remember it. The bands were the best then, the food was the best then, all those things were always the best then. Number 9.
Isn't it Melee, dude? Isn't Brawl on the Wii?
Elevator music. Smash Brawl release date 2008. GameCube bitch. Keep it all in.
All right. So is Melee... Which one's Melee on?
The Wii.
Right on.
Fucking guy. All right, number 9, Knights of the Old Republic. And then number 10, at the time, felt pretty sheepish to do it. Hades.
Oh, word.
Yes. All right. Do you want to hear my revisions and my thoughts, or
I want you to run through
list
those real
yours?
quick. Just like run through the list.
Just be smarter about it?
Yeah.
All right. Breath of the Wild.
Hmm.
Ocarina of Time. Civ 6. Skyrim. Red Dead Redemption 2. NCAA Football 14. Skate 2. Smash Brawl on the GameCube. Knights of the Old Republic. And then Hades.
Solid list, bro.
I agree. Perhaps the 10 greatest games of all time. Some would say in this basement right now.
Low 5 goats right there. Luke's low 5 goats.
The goat of low 5 goats.
Get the hell out of
The
here.
goat's goat.
You are the goat of the goats.
The goat's
Now let's go on over to my list. You ready?
Instantly sullied. Continue.
All right. I'm going to go... I'll just go top to bottom like you did.
Yeah, I see the appeal of the reverse rank now that you mention it. But you know what?
So here we go.
This
Coming
is
out
raw
hot.
and uncut, just like us,
Coming out
dog.
hot. Just getting it over with. Ocarina of Time for the Ocarina folks. Ocarina of Time for me. Number one game of all time. You know what?
Yep, that's what number 1 means.
This is how it's going to be.
Yep.
Number 2, I've got Tetris. You want to applaud?
I just don't want to acknowledge. I was just hoping to move on as quickly as possible.
I have a note about that one. What do I know what this is?
Okay, yeah.
Number 3, Link's Awakening.
Okay.
Number 4, Witcher 3. Number 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 6, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Number 7, Super Mario Bros. 3. Number 8, Metroid Fusion. Number 9, Dead Cells. And number 10, Age of Empires 2.
I wish I knew how to make like the little noise that when you click on the settlers. Wish I knew how to make that noise. Yeah, I think that's the house. But anyway, what's up though?
I think we just gotta Michael Bumpus this and say that Tetris is the greatest game of all time, and therefore I don't need to include it on my list. Shout out to Dave of Tales from the Backlog and a top 3 podcast that he does. Top 3, they got their basically, I think they call it the Michael Bumpus, and that is greatest of all time. Everybody acknowledges it, so you don't include it on your list.
I mean, I think the part I can agree with is that you could leave it off your list, but I think to say that it's the greatest of all time, I mean, it's like...
dude, it's the perfect game.
It's inherently a video game, but I also feel like it's like putting Mancala up there or something fucking lame like
dude,
that.
Mancala's not even... It doesn't even touch Tetris. Tetris is... I was playing Tetris Effect last night, dude. Bro, Tetris slaps. Anyways...
Do you want to put Solitaire up there then?
No.
Spider Solitaire, maybe?
These are not comparable.
Maybe Minesweeper.
These are not comparable.
I mean, they're kind of in the same neighborhood. You gonna put Pac-Man in there?
You know, whatever works for you. Pac-Man kind of dope, though, bro.
Yeah, doper than Tetris, but I'm just saying, like, it's...
That is not true.
It's like putting peanut butter and jelly as your favorite foods. Like, yeah, I've smashed 1 trillion peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but is it a top 10 food of all time?
No, that's not comparable. You're
Super
just wrong.
comparable, dude.
No.
It's like a nail on the head, dude.
Dude, this is a podcast between me and you. I wish we had some other homies here right now so they could all tell you how out of pocket you are right now.
I mean, it depends. Like, are they all 40 and above? Because then you have a bunch of support. But like, get me,
dude. That Tetris champion right now is a kid,
give me
bro.
everyone 35 and below, and we're like, get out of here, grandpa, dude. Not to side with the Zoomers, but like, damn,
dude. I'll tell you what. You can text the show. It's a thing now. You go in the show notes. There's a link. Shoot us a text, and you let us know if Tetris is GOAT or not. And
you can send a carrier pigeon to Alex, and he will receive it because that's how Tetris people communicate with one another.
It'll come through. Let us know.
Also, inherently un-American, you fucking communist, dude.
And if you agree, dude, didn't you watch that movie on Apple TV?
No, I didn't watch.
We stole that shit from the Russians.
Well, that's cool. I dig that, but it's the only part I like.
Yes, Tetris, not going to leave. I'm going to take it off my list, not to appease you, but to make room for other games,
for more content.
Because Tetris should just be the GOAT. Anyways,
no,
moving on.
All right.
I'm going to do you a favor and remove it from the list for whatever reason you need to. Can you
put Breath of the Wild on your list now?
It's possible, but I'm going to remove Tetris.
Okay.
I'm dropping that from my list. As a favor to you, and so it can have its place in its holy.
And the Michael
wherever.
Butt Kiss Hall of Fame of bad games. It's like the chef's kiss, but a butt's kiss. Excellent joke, nailed it.
Come on,
keep it in.
I'm getting rid of it, so that's gonna give me some space. That's gonna bump everything up. That's gonna keep OOT at the top. That's gonna bring Link's Awakening to number 2. And it's going to bring Witcher 3 to its rightful place.
That was actually a big issue. I can't quite remember current recording, or I really, really felt like you missed an opportunity to have it at number 3.
That's true, but now it is, bro.
I mean, mind you, I have Red Dead Redemption 2 at 5 and Civ 6 at 3. So numbering only mattered when it wasn't for me. But Witcher 3 at your number 3. Mine's not going to make... Witcher 3 is not going to make my list, but I actually replayed it shortly after we made the pod. And God, that game's so fucking good, dude. Some things to mention.
Someone call it a GOAT?
Yeah, and they should, dude. It's sick. Like, the monster hunting, the storytelling. I think a critique that, like, some of the story stuff is kind of whack is okay, but the side quest stuff is so good. It's like, I don't think a game's ever made better.
You play the DLC?
No, because I replayed the whole thing and I was in that area that's supposed to be like France. I'm blanking on the name right now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's got like a fancy name.
Part
but
of the Blood and Wine DLC.
The Blood and Wine expansion is correct. And it was really cool. It was just
Beautiful,
so much.
Yeah. I haven't finished
I probably
that
got
one.
like 5 to 10 hours into that, maybe.
What's
and
the
it was
other
just too
one?
much.
It's like the iron, something iron.
Well, that was like a big Gwent heavy thing, which kind of fucking blows,
dude.
doesn't it? So I just wasn't.
I'm about to put Gwen on this
This is
fucking list,
Gwent
dude. That's
separately
like,
on the list.
This should be
It's
like a
sick.
go-to.
My one remains Breath of the Wild, and I just want a small space that some people would probably replace Breath of the Wild with Tears of the Kingdom. Did you ever beat Tears of the Kingdom?
Nah, I didn't, dude.
You're not the only person. I know a handful of people that like acknowledged the game was top tier and it just didn't click with them. And I thought that was a little odd. I mean, I beat it. I put a ton of time into it. But even though I understand that it's a better, like, next level version of Breath of the Wild, like, you just cannot capture what Breath of the Wild was in that moment of time. Like, my level of obsession cannot be matched. And, like, Tears of the Kingdom was sick, but, like, the obsession, the discovery, and all that stuff in Breath of the Wild was just so top tier that, like, even though Tears of the Kingdom did some of the most creative shit in gaming ever, I don't know, like, if I'm any other game developer, I'm like, God damn it, dude, like, it's your favorite gamer's favorite game, I would assume, or your favorite game developer's favorite game, I bet.
Right.
But I'm still keeping Breath of the Wild at top, and Tears of the Kingdom
Sequels are
won't
always
make my list.
Sequels are always tricky though, dude, because like it's a continuation of the perfect game, you know. So like it's a continuation of such a great game. So like, how do you make it stand alone? I do think they elevated that game to with
Ultra
the
Hand stuff
building.
was so crazy.
It was cool. They
so
changed
crazy.
it up. They changed it up, and they really pushed the boundaries of what you could do on the Switch, and then what Zelda is. I respect it. Breath of the Wild's still better, and I didn't beat Breath of the Wild for a long time on that one either. But I got right up to Ganon, and I just never finished because I didn't want it to be done.
Yeah.
Whereas with this one, I think I made it through 3/4 of the way. I didn't even get all the way up to the final boss.
I think part of the problem with me too is that you had the underworld and then the Sky Islands.
Mm-hmm.
And the underworld there was some moments down there, but I didn't want to discover every inch. Where the islands, I kind of did.
Okay.
And then you can't match, like, I think that some of the greatest magic of the first game is the fact that discovering the map was so wild, and having such built-in knowledge, like, kind of robbed you of that in the second one. But I was so horny to talk about that. What did you add to your list?
Yeah, so
And does
we're
it
gonna
slot
remove
all the way at the
Tetris.
bottom?
I'm actually going to cut another game from the list.
Oh, wow. Controversial.
I'm going to cut Dead Cells.
Interesting.
Great game.
I thought the introduction of Castlevania to it would only put more wind in your sails, but
Haven't played that DLC.
that game's sick. You're kind of high on it at the moment. I
Yes.
thought it was impulsive at the moment.
It was recency bias for sure. And I have played it since we made our GOAT list. And it is, honestly, it's I don't feel bad about originally putting it on there. It's a great fucking game.
It's smooth, too. You can pick it up, drop it. Just
It's just that
instantaneously.
when you're talking goats, though, I don't know, man. I just don't know if it's got that same power. So I'm going to cut it.
No.
Interestingly enough, though, I'm not going to put something in its place. I'm going to bump up Age of Empires 2. So that goes higher on the list now. So that's going to bump Age of Empires up into 8. So I've got Ocarina of Time, Link's Awakening, Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I want to make another hot change on my list. This is a pure swap, though. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. 3 is Super Mario World.
In my head for a second, I had them so interchangeable that didn't even register for a second. But I like World better. So,
See, at the
I
time,
respect.
I can't remember which one we played. I don't know
did
if we
World.
had we played World before we made this list, though.
That I don't remember, but we've never done 3 as part of the
Right.
pod, so I don't have the same relationship with 3.
3's great, and it is worthy of being a go-to game. But I am removing it for Super Mario World because whether we played it before or after I made this initial list, I've had plenty of time to think about it, and
Sure.
World should take the place of 3. 3 is fucking phenomenal, and the reason that I have it on there is purely nostalgia. It's one of the first Nintendo games I ever played as a child. A very special place, and it's honestly it is worthy of being on this list. But I'm gonna exchange it for World.
I support it. I dig
Cool.
it.
Cool.
God, can you edit out when I go?
I cannot.
Oh man, gosh. Hopefully your music isn't up too much on your headphones. Lord have mercy. I'm not that heavy of a breather, guys. He gives me the bummy mic that makes me sound gross.
The magic of editing. I get some of your mouth breathing out, bro. Not all of it, though. It has to be pure.
They have to know.
Super Mario Bros. 3 at 6 now becomes Super Mario World. Then we got Metroid Fusion. Gonna keep it. I cut Dead Cells, and I'm bumping up Age of Empires 2. So that means I have 2 extra spots, right? At my 9 and 10.
Okay.
So what goes there? That's the question.
Correct. I'm waiting here and focusing really hard on not breathing in the mic while I just wait here awkwardly.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to bump up one of my honorable mentions into the number 9 spot. And that's The Sims, bro.
It's hard not to have The Sims somewhere. Which Sims? Is it the original OG?
I'm going with the OG. Or Sims 2.
I figured you'd Sims 2 it.
Sims 2 actually maybe makes more sense. I am going to go Sims 2.
The woohooing was much better.
Yeah, totally. Sims 1, fucking great game. Sims 2 did elevate that shit enough. Sims 3, 4, etc. It just became, it's a lot. It's still super cool, but like that was a sweet spot for me.
Gaming ubiquity, dude.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like my wife played a mad amount of Sims as a kid, I just feel like The Sims reached so many different levels of people and scratches such a specific itch. Sad time. Who's the developer?
Maxis?
No, I'm trying to think. Well, yes, of The Sims, yes, but the people who make City Skylines Paradox or something like that.
Not going to make it to council.
Well, for City Skylines 2, no.
Okay.
I'm talking about they had a competitor for The Sims that they were working on, Life by You or something like that.
Right.
It looked pretty rad, and I guess
scrap, bro?
Yeah, completely, like controversially so.
No.
Paradox, I think, is the people doing that. So I was actually excited for that because I feel like there's certain game franchises, in my personal opinion, that really need to be like, they need that capitalism competition to like be better. Madden is a prime example. Like they own the exclusive rights. EA does to do the licensing to the NFL, so no one else can really truly compete. So like they get kind of lazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Sims, I wouldn't say they get lazy, but that whole like DLC structure, it's like thousands of dollars to have everything. So like I'd love for someone to push them. So that was a bummer. Little anecdote to slip in there. So all right, you added The Sims, pretty much The Sims 2.
Right, we're going with Sims 2.
And then what's your number 10? Or do you have any fun Sim stories other than making me run around my fat ass around the block to help me get the cheats to get money? Fucking bitch.
Hey man, I was just trying to make you healthy.
Cried. Ellie cried, you piece of shit.
But then she got the cheats, bro.
After you felt guilty.
Dude, here's Ellie's problem. She fucking gave it her full and sprinted around the block. Your ass, like, probably jogged.
I jogged and I was like, bitch, you know this was enough.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Good stuff. Being the elder brother is great.
Yeah, I bet. It's got to have those moments.
I would like to bump Breath of the Wild onto my list, but I'm going to keep it as an honorable mention because otherwise my list is just too Zelda heavy, bro.
That's fair. That's fair. I felt silly looking back upon this, having Breath of the Wild and then OOT right next to each other, and I was like, don't care, but it looks a little silly.
The game, in my game, then my number 10, and will it stay on there? Time will tell. I'm tempted to throw 2K up in this bitch, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save the people.
You were an NBA Live boy back in the day, too, so you ain't even being honest.
That's true. But, RIP.
Also, fuck 2K. They need some competition as well.
I think someone's working on it, but that's neither here nor there.
EA's been trying to revive NBA Live for years, so I don't know. Maybe someday.
The game I'm going to bump into my number 10 spot is Celeste.
That one ain't gonna last either. This is the newest Dead Cells, so
it could be.
I'll see you in about a year or two.
It could be.
Celeste is tight, but did you enjoy it or was it cool?
Both.
Because I feel like it was really cool, but I didn't enjoy it.
So both, man. It's one of those games.
I'm more positive on it at that time.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I just want nothing to do with it again. Shit was hard.
Oh, but see, that's it like works that gamer piece of me where I really like the challenge of it. I loved, dude. Like it was so difficult at times, and like it drove me nuts.
You know, I got a fuck ton of strawberries, and I was like, damn. Boing.
Oh, your boy Ace.
Ace dropped in how many strawberries I had, and I was like, Jesus, I fucking suck, dude. Yeah. Compared to me, it was a child's play. I was like, God damn. I think you and I were like super close. I think I barely
He
nudged
might have
you.
had just an edge on me, yeah.
Yeah, but then he crushed us both. I was like, damn. So,
Dude.
shouts out.
And it's tough, man. I am going to go Celeste. I was going between Celeste and Disco. Disco's also some recency biased.
Disco, I mean, both of them, they're thinkers in the sense where, like, you might not pick it up ever again, but you're going to think about it a lot. But both games have great replayability as well, so that's not totally true.
Word.
I just meant, like, the impact of the game.
Right. And the thing is like the Celeste story is not like you can feed into the story. I think the story's great there. I like the impact that it's had. It is an indie joint, but it's like one of those ones that's like surpassed, like it's come out of it's bubbled up and became a huge thing, right?
Yeah.
So
still indie,
that's
but
cool.
it has general regard and acclaim.
Right. But I just think the development of it and like how cool, like how they really have pushed the boundaries of like helping the player, even though it's a super tough game. I don't know. It's got to be on there, man. I'm making it the number 10. I'm dropping Dead Cells for it.
All right. I respect it.
The
It's
goats,
a solid list.
the revised goats, bro.
The revised goats, the goats part 2.
Summer sampling, side questing goats.
The summer shandy goats. All right, so I gave you a random blip of mine because I forgot how to like generally podcast and go back and forth. BOT dubs, OOT 1 and 2. Number 3, Civ 6. Feeling strong about that, stronger than ever. I'm actually pretty excited for Civ 7. I've been playing a lot of games just to scratch that specific itch. Where it gets controversial is at 4 and 5, I have Skyrim and Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm really tempted to flip those.
Ooh, all right.
Because I have a feeling that the more I go back, like every 5 years, I have a feeling I'm just going to play Red Dead Redemption 2. You know what the fuck I mean? Like, I guess you played it for your first time when we played it for the pod, but like, how did I get you to do that in a month, by the way?
I had a different life, dude.
Like, we need two fucking months to do fucking Control, but back in the day, fucking mashed fucking Red Dead Redemption 2 in a month.
I was putting
Jesus
in hours.
Christ.
I didn't have a baby, you know?
Dude, I think I put more time into fishing and hunting than I have any other game on this list. Red Dead Redemption 2 has so many flaws, and yet when you play the game again, all of that washes away because they've just created the most beautiful simulation of all time. And like, it's just crazy. The thing though, the reason I don't think I'm gonna switch it after much consternation is I've picked up Scrim on the Steam Deck. I randomly did it when I had Game Pass. I've scrimmed at least 2 more times since my last scrim on the pod. So like, you just grip it and rip it, man. You make an orc, you make an elf, you want to be sneaky, it's just the versatility is going to keep it. 6, NCAA football nostalgia still reigns strong. That'll remain. Skate 2 at 7. I'm fine with that. What I was thinking though is that it comes at 9. So Brawl, Smash Bros, still Smash Bros. Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, okay.
I played it a ton as a kid. I loaded it up on the Steam Deck and instantly noped because of the controls, and maybe I just got to find out some community controls.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
But 1, I only played it the once, and I was really relying on nostalgia and how much I enjoyed it as a kid. And 2, it's a game that I omitted, so here's a weird thing. An honorable mention is going to leap my number 10. So logically, it makes no sense, right? That it didn't make it onto my list at all. And it's going to surpass 10. 10 is Hades. I have played Hades since we recorded that pod.
Yeah.
And I never felt better. It's the opposite of Dead Cells.
Okay.
Where like you were like, hey, I was caught up in the moment. That game was sick. I loved it. But it's not like one of my great. Yeah, right. It's not that it's a bad game. It's just one of your greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I completely redid all the way, beat Dad a bunch of times.
Oh, word.
Did the whole thing. And that game, once it gets its hooks in you, is just so sick. And the way that they deliver a story and marry it to the
music's great in that one too.
Yep. And like, to marry the storytelling with such a specific gameplay loop that no one thought you could actually like get a story in, the way they did that is just unparalleled. It's sick. Currently playing Hades 2 in early access. Most of my early access life is on like weird grungy fucking city builder shit, settlement shit. So like, don't have a bunch to report on that other than the next one's just going to be good too, but haven't really gotten too far into it. So, drum roll, my number 9 that somehow surpasses Hades. You had a funny line to me after we did the pod. Do you remember what it was?
No. The podcast we did like a year and a half ago?
About my number 9 selection or my omission. You don't remember that once, but you said you did an entire master thesis basically inspired by one game and it didn't make your list. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, word.
It's pretty fucking stupid. And that is Cities Skylines. Unfortunately, I will not put Cities Skylines 2 because they seem to have lost their footing, and it's not a horrible game, but it's going to be a while until people really should start picking up. But dude, the time traveling I've done in that game is just unparalleled. It's
deserving.
Dude, and the creativity and the weird obsessions I've had with it and the things I've built and the way it sparked my mind outside of like when you sit down and play games, like the weird shit I've thought about when driving, you don't get that with any other game.
Sure.
What are you doing on your phone, dude? It's distracting. You're not in the moment.
I am trying to make sure my list got 10 and not 9.
Masturbating over here instead of making love, dude. What is this shit?
I'm making sure my list has 9. Or 10. I can't remember if I did 9 or 10.
This is the worst podcasting partner of all time. Bro's just sitting there. He's like, I
asked if we could take notes, and you said we'll just rip it.
He's like, cool.
We'll just rip it.
He's like, cool. I like what you said there. Sort of paying attention. Playing Tetris over here.
Yeah, let me load up Tetris again.
Yeah, fucking bitch.
All right, I got 10, bro.
Good. Wow. It's almost like you counted to 10 a minute ago. Fucking piece of shit, dude. Anyway, City Skylines. It makes me think of the place I live differently. It makes me creative. It makes me wish I would have taken different career paths, or like just makes me want to do a bunch of stuff, dude. In that game, like, I could make an argument that maybe when we do this again, I'll probably move it up higher. It's probably going to be this weird thing where it slowly creeps up.
Makes its way all the way to 1.
When the nostalgia builds, I don't think it'll ever make it to 1 because, like, you know, the Zelda games like got me into gaming and like fantasy and all these different types of things. But like, I can see it sneaking past like in the neighborhood of Civ.
Right on.
So like, because it scratches a similar type of social studies brain type shit. So there's my revised 10. It's pretty much the same.
I dig it. Run through them real quick. Final answers.
I'll do it in the correct order for listing things. Number 10, Hades. Number 9 is no longer Knights of the Republic. It is Cities Skylines. Number 8 is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Shouts out to middle school. Number 7, Skate 2. Number 6, NCAA Football 14. Coming back, baby. Number 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. Still. Number 4, Scrimmin'. Number 3, Civilization 6. Number 2, Ocarina of Time. Number 1, Breath of the Wild. No, Tears of the Kingdom.
Breath of the Wild, not Tears of the Kingdom.
Correct.
Word. That's a great list, dude.
I feel like the need to defend it over Tears of the Kingdom, which other people are going to talk about forever and forget about the magic that was Breath of the Wild. Man,
I don't think you're too out of line on that one, though. I think that's acceptable.
I just have to tell this anecdote one more time because it's my favorite. I was once upon a time when I didn't have children, and my summer break just meant I was scratching my balls all day doing nothing. I played fucking Breath of the Wild all the way until my wife came home from work, except for the half an hour before she got in the door. Mm-hmm. So I'd charge and switch. And then like 10 minutes into her being home and talking to her, I'd be like, I'll
play this game a little bit.
I'm going to play a little bit of Zelda. I haven't touched this all day. And then I would just grind until I went to bed, dude.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I love that forever.
I can dig it, man. That's a hell of a list. Set in stone until the next time we revise.
Yeah, did you count 10?
End. I got 10 in total.
Did you count 10?
Celeste, number 10. The Sims 2. Age of Empires 2. Metroid Fusion. Super Mario Brothers World. Super Mario World. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Red Dead Redemption 2. At the number 3 spot. The Witcher 3.
In its rightful place, along with Triss. Alongside Triss.
Get that, nah. I mean,
Gingers for
you're
life,
right.
brother.
Triss is number 3.
Oof.
Yeah. It's Yennefer, Geralt, then Triss.
He'd rather be with himself. All right.
Yeah, dog.
He's hot.
And then Link's Awakening at number 2. Ocarina of Time. This pod has killed me, dude. I used to stick to my guns so hard on Ocarina.
I said Ocarina very specifically last time.
Yeah. It's just too many people that I talk to games about now. And I say,
What's
right.
an ocarina anyway?
Never heard of it.
Never
Ocarina
heard
of
of it.
Time.
It's
Ocarina of
Ocarina of
Time.
Time.
Number 1, go to game.
Berenstein Bears.
I can dig it, man. The updated list. Sweet, dude. I can dig it. We'd love to hear about your go to games.
Yeah, if you shared with us last time, share again. See if you can stick to your guns.
If you got revisions, I want to know about them.
If you did not join our Discord at that time, now's the time to do it and drop yours. Just make sure that you don't include Tetris because it's not a good game.
And if you want to let Luke know he's out of line, you can go ahead and text us at the link in the show notes.
The Butt Kiss Award for not being a good game.
Dude, everybody like a little ass play. Come on now.
Well, Al's unsanctioned sponsor, ass play.
I'm just playing around. Butthole pleasures, as Tom Patera would say. Oh, he just docks that guy.
Also, welcome to our Friendly Brother podcast, brought to you by Ass Play.
Right on. Hit us up. Go to low5gaming.com for all the links, all that fun stuff. Connect to our socials. As mentioned, there is a link in the show notes where you can actually text us. Whatever you want to say. I say that you text that Tetris is fucking awesome. Luke's out of pocket.
We've already played Portal 2, so don't worry about it.
That's true.
Don't text us to play Portal 2.
Dog.
Portal slaps, though.
Portal does slap.
Yeah. Portal holds up.
Yeah, and with that, let's take a break. Come back with our unsanctioned sponsor.
All right, man, you ready for our... I know I got your ear on this one. I know we're on the same side, dude. You know what we're brought to you by quite literally most of the time? Fucking Android, dog.
Ooh.
And not being those guys, but being those fucking guys when it comes to like talking shit about Apple and being butthurt about it all the time, dude.
Yeah. And we are Pixel Boys.
We're Pixel Boys. You got a Pixel? What do you got?
Yeah, it's like the Pixel 6.
Sick, dude. I bought me a new Pixel. Got me the buds, dude, not AirPods, dude. Stop calling them pods, dude. They're buds, dude. And they fucking slap, dude.
Buds for the buds, boys.
Yeah, and I'm just tired of like Apple people being mean to me.
Yeah, dude. What's that green bubble bullshit? I don't give a fuck.
I had a coworker who was like, "Oh, I don't have your number. I should get your number." I was like, "Word." And then
I look at the analytics, bro. We got a lot of Apple users and listen.
You know, you're fine. You're fine. But the coworker gets my number, and then like there's a quick text exchange, and then she's like, "Dude, you're Android or never?" I was like, "She's like, I was shocked. Like, really?" And I was like, "What part of me doesn't look like I'd be the fucking Android guy?"
What does it say about you that you have an Android phone versus Apple? Or vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. It shouldn't, but people are weird.
Not.
And I feel like it's like the console wars, just like all the fucking try-hard neckbeards just moved to this battle, except for, unfortunately, for the neckbeards, they're all Android users and all the pretty women are Apple users.
But then they get a little taste of the camera on the Pixel, bro, and they're like, dude, I wish I had it.
They're just so pilled, just like little neckbeards were so pilled on Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, and they're just like, hey, man, they both got their pros and cons. I just can't handle the inherent superiority. So kids, like, I teach middle school, and they like to roast each other, and the kids like, you got a fucking Android, and I'm like, dog, all your mommies bought your phones, so let's fuck off right there. And 2, tell me about the specs, dog. Tell me why Apple's better, and they never can.
It's because they don't know. Apple's just simple.
It's just this is cool and that's not cool. And I'm like, you know what's cool? Not having smartphones. Let's burn them down, dog.
Dude, there's so many cool...
Luddites, rise up, dog.
There's some whack Android phones out there, for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
But,
operating. There's going to be some whack ones, dude.
Your Samsung's pretty dope.
Yep.
Pixel's pretty dope.
LG, I fuck with it a little bit, but lesser.
I got an LG TV. I don't really fuck with their phones.
Yeah, I had one back in the day. I didn't like it. So.
Ooh. I like it. They got that OLED, didn't it?
I didn't hate it either. I meant the phone.
Oh, where? Yeah.
No, I'm pretty religious with the Samsung on the TVs. But I noticed that when I had the PlayStation 4, it would not like link up with my TV because it's Sony, right?
Get out.
But when I like hooked up Nintendo, like this little blip showed up, like a little shortcut to my Nintendo stuff. I was like, that's shiesty, dude.
Yeah. They be doing that kind of stuff.
They got Xbox too, so the only one they don't have And like Sony low
talking
key is
Samsung?
kind of I have a Samsung TV.
Yeah.
Sony low key is kind of like the Apple of the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Apple's like, we're the Apple. I'm like, fuck off, Apple. No one cares about your Apple shit. But like the Sony
Oculus.
superiority thing is still kind of like their little bougie boy shit,
Right.
and like not playing well with others. Like, I don't know. I thought I'd be a PlayStation stan forever, and now they got like 2 games I'm sad I can't play, and that's it.
What is PlayStation's VR thing? Is it just PSVR?
Yeah, you ain't
PSVR
catching me
2.
buying any VR.
Dude, they made some announcement not too long ago. PSVR 2 is going to be compatible with your PC. So if you have one, you can use it on your PC.
Congrats.
It is, in theory, that's supposed to be dope. But then the fine print's like, yeah, but none of the cool shit that it's supposed to do works on PC.
We're also brought to you by Reality, which is not just the reality checks that androids are fire, but also that like I have no interest in VR. Like zero. Like
I would
negative,
fuck with VR, dude.
Negative interest in VR.
I would fuck with VR.
Until they get the porno stuff better.
I'm VR curious for sure, dude. I'll mess with that shit. Yeah,
I have
There's some cool games out there.
I don't like to
dude,
be.
I tasted it. Like I
Jumped in the Matrix real quick.
dude, I did. It's dope. I fucking like the Gran Turismo, like the that kind of like, dude, it's fucking dope. I got like, dude, the eye tracking and shit. Like you don't even. It used to be old VR. You had to like move your whole body to make the fucking screen move. You need to like move your eyes and it, like your field of vision changes. It's
I
nuts.
rescind my negative because I like the videos where some motherfucker like runs into something because they think they're in VR. I like VR that much that it can make me content of some motherfucker like running into his wall.
Dude, the Half-Life game is supposed to be dope. That one's supposed to be really fun. I don't really do a bunch of like some of the horror games. Like I think like there's a lot of potential there. I'm not really a horror game guy, but
I mean I can help you shit your pants if you need to.
Shit.
No thanks,
dude. I'll
such
fuck
a
with VR,
bitch,
dude. I'm good. Like, dude, I would like. I want to get the VR. So, what is the VR that Steam does? They got their own little proprietary VR set. That's way too much money.
They all are. That's actually part like the Facebook one's probably the most. What's that? The Oculus?
Yeah, that one's the most approachable
No, it's
in
the
terms
Meta.
of price.
It's the Meta Quest, right? Isn't that
I
their
thought
shit?
it was
Oculus.
Dude, I can't even keep track.
That's the point, dude. I don't want it. I feel like they keep telling me it's the future, but here we are, and I still don't want it. So maybe my kids will be into it, but I'll just be like, I'm good. And they'll be like, Dad, you don't know what Donkey Kong's ass smells like. I'm like, I can imagine, dude.
Have you read or seen Ready Player One?
I have an older brother.
Get the fuck out of here.
I have not. It's like
don't make it come sit on you.
right. How do you think I know, dog? I have not seen Ready Player One. I'm very vaguely familiar with the premise, but
dude, I would be down. Like I'm not trying to like live my life in VR, but like I would like to play in VR for sure.
The TV's good enough for me, dog. Maybe a curved TV.
So a TV with some curves, yo.
Maybe that's right. That's where I draw the line, or like a dual monitor setup. But
yeah,
the full
mess with
VR is wild. But the point I'm making is that I don't care what operating the system your phone has. Let's just stop being fucking tribal about it,
dude. You can't come out here and be like hella pro Android. And
dude,
then...
I have to. That's the point I'm making, though, is that I have to be pro Android because the Apple people are so pilled and they're so mean. There's bitches out here not dating dudes because they got green text bubbles, and I'm like, that's fucked up, man. Maybe he would have changed your life, girl, but you gonna go to some piece of shit because he got an iPhone. Like, go for it, girl. You just missed out on a king. Indeed. Short kings, Android kings. We gotta protect them all, dog.
Well, shit, you heard it here, folks. You on your Apple phone. I know you're on it because I got the analytics.
Yeah, if you're listening on your Apple phone, dude, just those Google Pixels, they're inundating you with commercials. They nice.
You can text us about how we're wrong. You can get on your Apple phone. You can hit that link in the show notes and tell Luke that he's once again out of line, out of pocket.
And then agree with me that me and my Luddites, we don't want the fucking VR, dog.
Either way you cut it, though, bro, we are unofficially brought to you in part by Android.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've been side questing on this summer side questing extravaganza. Super
side questing squared.
Yeah,
double side quest.
So it's a side quest.
Is this just a fetch quest? Is this a fetch quest and not a side quest?
Our original side quest got goated. We turned it into goats, anyways.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about two different things. The first is that I found myself in like a rhythm gaming, and hear me out. This is deeply nerdy and sad. When my boys nap, I play the game that we're supposed to be playing, Control, right?
Yeah.
And it takes attention. It's not like an easy, just passive playing game. It's kind of intense, spooky, those types of things, right? And then when I want to go brainless when the boys go to bed,
Right.
I play a little bit of Madden. I get my little fucking truly mindless listen to a podcast type fix.
How's this different than any other time in your life?
Oof. Deserved. Recently looked at my hours of Madden, shook my head, was sad for a moment, and then played some more.
Whatever, dude. I'll be playing that 2K.
I know, but I'm more talking about it again for the rhythms, because then I get burnt out quicker than I used to, right? Because I've been playing so fucking much. So I'm like, all right, I got my arcadey sports.
See, I thought you were like going Cadence
Team
Hyrule
building.
or something with this.
No. Arcadey sports, team building, and then the next slot is that I mix it up. I got some Star Wars.
Okay, yep.
What's the game called, dude? It's the Ginger Jedi. I just call it the Ginger Jedi Chronicles. That's my
Jedi
thing.
Survivor,
Yeah, it's Jedi Survivor, and like the story's meh. A little bit of overacting, if you ask me. Generally, don't love when they get a celebrity to do motion captures for video games and voice acting.
Yeah, I thought this dude did a good job.
He does, and he's cool.
Cal Kestis.
Cal Kestis. Yeah.
Kestis.
Yeah, he's Ginger Jedi. It's all good.
Yeah.
He does a good job. It's cool. I think you should keep voice actors and video game actors over there and kind of let them do their own thing. I just generally support that. And I feel like a lot of games kind of go out of their way to get different celebrities, and I think it's kind of dumb. But it's got a Souls-like sword fighty force kind of vibe to it.
Right.
So it hits a different itch. You got the tough boss battles. You got a lot of environmental stuff, gorgeous environments. So like it's really cool to like mix that type of game style in. I turn the podcast off. I actually have the volume on the TV. I pay attention to what's going around. And then when I'm just not feeling that either, and maybe I still want a podcast, maybe I want to listen to music, and I got a looter shooter. I picked up Borderlands 3 for like $8.
Oh, yeah. You're telling me about playing them.
Fun story about that. I was super hyped for the release. As a kid, I used to play with Ace Boyoing and our buddy Colin over at Colin's house, I want to say, the original Borderlands. So I have like some nostalgia. So when 3 came out on the PS4...
It's another hole in my gaming history. I've never played any of the Borderlands.
That's okay. And I was super pumped for 3, and I played maybe 5 to 10 hours of 3 and hated it. It's it's the only time in my like adult life I've brought a game and traded it in at GameStop. And I got Risk of Rain 2.
Yeah.
Convinced my friends to buy Risk of Rain 2 and then barely ever played it.
Kind of dope though.
Super dope. It's a really weird game to have a physical cartridge of because so much of it got like patched and updated. So that's like a weird separate thing.
I got a physical as well.
So it's pretty funny to come all the way back around and buy it on the cheap. I've bought this game twice. So as much as I didn't like it at first, I bought it twice. Yeah. And it's just like, all right, so I'm looking for, I want to play games. I want to be mindless, but I don't want to do sports anymore. Star Wars is a little too intentional of a play. So then I'm just looting and shooting. And you know what? They really nailed those shooting mechanics, dude.
Right on. Yeah, that's cool.
It's pretty sick. So that's the little rotation. And then sometimes if I'm being a true fucking king, I go lay in bed and I pick the Steamy D back up.
Always.
I play a little Hades 2 before I go to bed.
Get a little hot in the Steamy D.
Get a little hot with the Steamy D. And then I play a little bit of that. And then I got my Terrascape, and I'm just oh my god, fucking animal. So
Terrascape, you mentioned to me. Is that the one you sent? Do I have that one?
It's the one that I harassed you about on the last pod, and you were on your phone again trying to handle other things, and I was like, pay attention to this fucking nerd game. It's like a tile. List. Yeah, it's cool.
Did you like sent me like 4 different Terrascape-esque games? I have a couple of them.
Yeah, one day our monthly pick is just going to be, I'm going to call it lo-fi gaming.
Lo-fi's lo-fi?
Yeah, because like lo-fi gaming is a term that only makes sense to me and doesn't actually really fit the aesthetic that these games are, but in my brain it works.
Right.
So we're going to do that. I have one more thing to talk about, but I've been going on a little rant here, so I'll pick it up after you talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Dude, my video game side quests are shameful. I just
Tetris again?
I did play some Tetris last night. It's dope. Like
hentai Tetris?
I don't even know what to tell you. Like the fact that you're not playing
Tetris
Effect is a mistake. Such a fun game. Music integration in that is so nice. It's just nice. You get in the flow. Anyways, don't get me excited now. Come on, bro.
Yeah, titillated your Tetrises.
I will throw out there. We recently had another Steam sale. This is, all the time. Got to do your seasonal Steam sale.
You mean the backlog?
The
backlog garage
builder.
sale?
Yeah, dog. Dude, there was an article that came out not too long ago that
they
had
came
to
out
do.
And called it that. I would pay extra money.
I know,
you guys are kings.
Dude, they had an article that I came across, or an article that I came across the other day.
Posted it in the Discord. Join us.
Yeah, hit that Discord. You could have seen this article before I mentioned it on the pod. But the article, dude, it fucking they calculated the amount of unplayed games that people throw in their Steam like backlogs, and it's billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars. And I can't even lie, dude. I've contributed to that like mass of unplayed games. I just
bought Ratchet and Clank. Ripped apart for like 40-50 some % off, and I've yet to touch it since buying it. And I was like, Sony, what are you doing not putting all your games up here? I'd buy so many of your old games and never play them.
I've bought
do it, dude.
I've bought a bunch of Sony's games too. There's only a couple that have come to PC that I haven't bought yet, and the only one that I've gotten through is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Dope ass game. Dude, that should probably be on my fucking gold list.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a mistake.
Which one?
I've never completed Miles Morales because I had a save issue where like I was about to beat the game.
That game almost made me cry.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope. I feel you.
I always knew, Peter. I've always been proud of you.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben would have been proud of you. I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit.
That was too much, dude.
Great game.
Spoiler, dude.
Some people hate the combat. I think the combat is dope.
The combat's good. It's just like it's not innovative. When people get,
Yeah.
You can't always be innovating on everything. Yeah, it's out there.
Right. I've been playing a lot of 2K, bro. When I'm not playing Control, I'm playing 2K mostly.
What mode are you playing on?
Dude,
Still Seasons?
No, man.
I've been getting fucking weirdo for playing.
I've been getting
Seasons.
wild with it. So throughout the playoffs, I play the game of the day or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, they fucked up this year. I think I might have mentioned this already, but like they weren't syncing it up with it. It would be like a day behind.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is whack. The last version of this game didn't do that, so I don't know what the fuck. It might have been some licensing shit. I don't know. But I was doing that, and then I started playing the WNBA as the Lynx.
Dude, fuck yeah, we're good this year.
Dog, I know.
Yeah.
So it's been fun doing that, and then I just like recently started fucking around with the My Team little part of it. So
shame,
dude. But
that's the online stuff, dude. Your little card collecting fucking shit,
dude. That's why it's tight because you open packs. You bust open packs, dude. I'm like, oh shit!
You haven't spent any currency real life.
Oh hell no, dude.
Right, cool.
I've only dabbled in it. I played like a little bit recently, not even much. It's mostly there's one-off games that I play.
My buddy Kev, he rightfully calls me like a
I've done
boomer.
the mama shit. That's what I also completed.
Is that like a story mode type? Like
it's just like
career moments, kind of like what they used to do with Jordan.
Yeah, so Kobe's the cover of this one. The last one was Jordan, so they had like a whole bunch of like little pieces of historic games and whatnot. And you do these scenarios, play these games. Same thing with Kobe.
You play the
so
game where he wrecks Ricky Rubio's career by injuring him and ruining his perfect career?
Yeah, no, bummer. Otherwise, Kobe's pretty tight. That shit's stained though.
He was my least favorite player. I loved to hate him. He was a heel, wrestling.
Real good though, real good.
A lot of propaganda, dude. Like he was real good, but like it was the image, it was the pageantry of it all. Like a lot of good branding.
Totally.
Yeah. So the card thing, Alex, as previously mentioned in pods, where my eyes glazed over, like he was talking about technical specs. And he's like, "You fucking cards, dude." My buddy Kev will defend these game modes. Like he'll do it in Madden.
Oh, really?
He'll spend money.
Ooh.
Like he loves it. Like the Ultimate Teams, and everybody does it now, right?
Yeah.
It's the cards, it's the packs. It's just the way for them to like fucking milk us for the money.
Right.
There's ways that you can do it without paying, but you know how it goes.
You gotta grind hard, bro.
And I'm upset because I feel like those games are such cash cows that's where all the emphasis is gone, right? So like they have just completely abandoned any type of innovation in other game modes for those.
Sure.
And that's actually one of the reasons I quit 2K was I felt like they were trying to do so much with when 2K came out with the player creator, like the
I don't even fuck
career
with that.
mode.
I made my guy, but I don't really fuck with it.
Well, the career mode used to be sick, but now it's like this whole integrated park thing, and like I'm just a big old dude yelling at a cloud. Because, like, I think kids love that shit. They, play with each other in those goofy game modes online. And, that's cool. But
Straight seasons for me usually.
It's weird that you're not just in dynasty mode though, or what do they call it? Do they call it franchise or franchise? Do they call it franchise or dynasty in the game?
They got a couple different settings. I think it's like my team. Or no, it's not my team. It's I don't remember.
That's what you got to be playing. I don't know. My GM.
You could do the
GM
you can do
mode
that shit though. But like I don't know. Like I'm such a weirdo, dude. Like
You
I
don't
like
like trades.
Well, that's just it. Like the trades,
You
like
want
are
draft?
okay. I don't want to do the draft shit. The draft is you end up like getting fake players. I'm like I don't care about any of that.
Dude, it's sick, dude.
Yeah, that's whatever.
That's what I care about so much. I have thought about like what I would do if I was playing 2K because I haven't bought it in a few years.
Sure.
I basically am like one sports game sickness at a time.
Yeah, fair. About to be the NCAA football, bro.
I love the Timberwolves current roster so much that
Dude.
I actually find it would be really hard
So
for me.
fun.
It used to be like building the Timberwolves is what I did. Trades,
sure.
draft, all this type of shit. And now like I'm like, I don't even know
Yeah.
like who am I getting rid of? Like I kind of like a lot of our bench guys.
I mean, you can get rid of the people we just got rid of in real life. Bye,
Well-
Kyle. I'm sorry.
yeah, true. But I'm never trading Nas or like anything like that. So
No, they're fun to play with in this game too. But that's enough time on 2K, dude. That is like a main side quest always. I do want to shout out a game called Wizard with a Gun. It's one of the games I picked up in the Steam sale.
sick name, obviously.
It is. It's so it has that top-down isometric view, like kind of angled thing going on. Cool art style. It is a roguelike. And I'm not that far into it. It's about 45 minutes, but it's really I like what's going on. There's it scratches a lot of itches. I like dual stick shooting games.
Yeah, is it like Enter the Gungeon type dual stick?
Similar, yeah. But it's got its own flair going on, so it's like kind of I would say it's like a little mesh between that and Hades almost, but it's like it's got its own thing going on too. It's got like a base world where you do some like crafting. You definitely have to go collect stuff to like make different guns and whatnot. I'm just starting to scratch the surface on it, but it's cool and it's been a fun pickup.
Playing it on your Steamy D? Or
On
on the PC?
the PC, but it's on the Steam D as well.
Is it verified?
Verified.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Major side quests outside of the gaming realm. Finished The Bear season 3?
Yes, chef.
Yes,
I haven't
chef.
started. I can't. Like, I will watch it.
It's anxiety porn, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jeremy Allen White, like, I just want to pace around in jeans and a white tee and smoke cigarettes and play with my hair and just, like, look brooding and hot. And that's
Rat
all.
Boy.
Huh?
Rat Boy.
Is that what he is?
That's like a whole movement right now. Like rat boys are big.
I mean, that's what he's been doing for like a decade plus. So
No,
like,
yeah, I know, but I mean, like girls are into rat boys now.
I mean, they've always been into it. But like, he looks like a big thumb.
like who's another big one? That
In
dude
Shameless,
in Saltburn. Did you watch Saltburn?
No, I heard it was trash.
What? Saltburn? God, this is good, dude.
It's where he fucks the dirt, right?
Yeah, that part was wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
I heard it was like edgy. Like, from
yeah,
the point of being
totally.
edgy.
It's one of those movies like I don't know if I like liked it, but I fucking thought about it a lot,
Gets the people going.
dude. But I can't remember the actor's name, but he's another one of the rat boys.
Mm.
A lot of girls like him right now.
So it's just like a dirty hot boy thing, not
Yeah.
necessarily like a
Like
new
kinda
age rat pack shit.
short's a big part of it. Short
Hey,
kings,
Good for them,
but
man.
kind of like they got little rat faces going on, you know.
Yeah, he looks like a big thumb, and he's always running in Shameless. And like, did he run in The Bear at some point? I'm like, dude, you're always brooding, smoking a cigarette, or
Yeah.
running. What is your deal? Did you like it? I heard it's mildly controversial as far as it just can't reach its peaks.
Ooh, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I
haven't
will
seen an
say that
episode
it is not. I didn't enjoy it as much as other seasons.
Smelling its own farts type of shit.
I thought that this was the final season for some reason. I picked up for some like I don't know where, but I thought that this was the final season. And then when I finished the season and found out this isn't like a spoiler because people know there's a season 4.
Yeah, true.
I didn't know there was gonna be a season 4. So when it like finished, I was like, "You fucked me in the ass."
Very mild spoiler, but I know he struggles to get along with his sous chef. And that's just like a trope I feel like I saw coming from a mile away. And that's part of the reason I don't want to watch is like I don't want to watch him do that.
That's a real thing. It's frustrating.
It's like you were probably maybe a little too old to watch Scrubs. But I remember watching Scrubs as a preteen and being like, why is he self-destruct all the time?
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
hard to watch that.
Tight. I will watch it. Maybe I'll have some input later. I also have a show, and I feel like I never talk because I'm such a fucking... People are like, why don't you watch shows? I'm like, I got 2 hours a night.
Because I be playing Madden, bro.
I just go into my groove, dude. I got like a Homer Simpson ass groove on my couch for when I play Madden.
What's your wifey do when you're gaming? Does she read or does she like?
She wishes she was cultured and she reads. No, she reads more books than me.
Fuck out of here! What's she doing?
She's TikToking, YouTubing.
She just stream it the whole time.
Long form YouTube.
Okay,
but also lots of talks.
I forgot she does more YouTube than my wife.
Yeah. Lots of talks though.
Okay.
Sometimes they really get caught in that algorithm. So yeah, a lot of that. Like she never asks to watch like shows on the TV, but she'll be watching like.
Yeah, see, Anna, she's a TV person, like 40 so we can go watching the TV. And
yeah,
shit.
you know, I got the Steamy D ready in the Switch if she needs to, but she doesn't really want it much. And when she does, it's the Kardashians. Boo.
Yeah.
But anyway, Delicious in Dungeon. Have you heard? There's no way you've heard of this.
What?
You're not. Are you even? Can you even? I think the only anime I've ever heard of you really watching was Castlevania.
Cowboy Bebop.
All right, that's one of the greatest ever. So I'm definitely no jokes there. I also loved Castlevania as well. Probably my personal favorite.
Watch some of the Witcher stuff too, I guess.
So you generally understand that like food is like a crazy big deal in anime. Like they kind of go out of their way to like animate it pretty crazy. Like
sure,
like down to like individual grains of rice are like fucking drawn and shit. Delicious in Dungeon. It's got like this video gamey / D&D vibe where like people will talk about how it was like their first death and they're going down in a dungeon.
Oh, interesting.
They very lightly give you pieces like this. They never like explain the world. You're just kind of dropped in it.
Word.
You getting anxious over there?
No, I'm uncomfortable, but not like not with the conversation. Just this chair.
Word. I was like, oh, is this your way of telling me fuck off? So Delicious in Dungeon. It starts off with this fight against this fucking dragon, and like it eats one of their party members. And he gets pulled out of the dungeon. He's like, no, it's like my fucking sister. And they're like, oh no, we gotta get her. And so they gotta go back into the dungeon. They're like, we gotta eat first. And then he's like, here's the deal. We don't have any money. We got fucking wrecked down there. Before we go back into the dungeon, like, we're going to eat monsters as we go down. And they're like, we can't fucking eat monsters. And he's like, dude,
weird.
There's entire ecosystems down there. Like,
what's this thing called again?
Delicious in Dungeon.
Okay.
So, like, I would say the first episode's a little strange. It kind of hits its stride.
What are you watching this on?
Netflix. I think it was made for Netflix. It's Japanese, true anime.
We're thinking about dropping Netflix.
I just picked it back up with ads. That's a dirty, weird thing.
Ew.
Yeah, but also, like, welcome to life, brother.
I guess.
A lot of the other ones, and I don't watch a lot of TV, but I actually had a babysitter, and I was like, I need to have some shit for her to fucking do before I get home. I felt dirty being like, here's my Hulu with ads. So I was you gotta get fucking Netflix.
Dude, we canceled Hulu. I fucking paid for it. I paid the $20 to have no ad Hulu for the month so I could watch The Bear.
Yeah, we should drop it. I don't know why. Kardashians and shit like that are on there, so I think we hold on to it for longer than we should. But anyway, Delicious in Dungeon. It scratches a specific...
And I got that Peacock. Should be watching the E! Entertainment shit on there.
I don't do any of those. I don't mean E! I just mean like the Peacock, the Apple, all that. Yeah. Like I'm behind on all sorts of stuff, and it's okay. But Delicious in Dungeon, dude.
Right.
Delicious in... Yeah, this is probably what it's called.
Just
I Googled it before this, but you know. I love it because it scratches a really weird video game itch, and it's almost like
kind of video game. That's interesting.
Is it the bestiary in The Witcher?
Yeah,
it's almost like a playful that where like they're describing the monsters, and like he meets this character, or they meet a character right away. They meet this character right away who's like an expert living in these dungeons and like cooking.
Interesting.
And he's like, oh, you can't just eat it like this. You gotta like, and it's so fun to watch the detail. It's like a cooking anime plus biology.
Interesting. Subs or
like
dubs?
Monster, both.
Okay.
Because I got the subtitles on everything I watch, so I watch English with subtitles.
So you're not listening. So can you listen to it in Japanese?
Yes.
Japanese?
Yes, certainly.
Okay.
It's funny. I didn't skip the intro, so it had like your classic anime, like really over the top Japanese pop. Anime intro, and you're just like, what the fuck are you watching? I was like, I don't know where the remote is, my fat ass. I was like, just had to let the intro ride. But it's really cool and it's really unique, and I full recommend, man.
Right on. Delicious in Dungeon. Cool.
And I'm not like an anime guy, so I feel like if you're anime curious or anime casual, I think is what I would be.
Right on.
Yeah.
I wish I could say I have more side quests, but dude, if I'm not fucking playing the game of the month, playing 2K, watching the Bear or that Dragon show, I'm categorizing my basketball cards, dude.
Hot D.
the House of
That's
Dragons.
what you mean by yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you got the Olympics coming up. That's
I'm
like a side.
stoked on the Olympics coming, dude.
Yeah, I just got brushed up on 3-on-3 basketball. Are you aware that's a new Olympic? It's actually not even a new Olympic sport. Are you aware that it's going to be new to us Americans because we're going to be good this time?
I'm aware that it's a thing. I haven't been watching the rosters or anything like that.
It's on Jimmer Fredette. You remember him?
Mm-mm.
Jesus. Fucking guy. Jimmer Fredette was like BYU college standout, used to hit all these deep threes. He got drafted. He's kind of short though, so it didn't really work out in the league. Became like a legend in China.
Okay.
Played overseas some other places too. Tried it again in the league. Just didn't really work out, but he's rededicated himself to be a 3-on-3 gold medalist.
Yeah.
I guess Serbia kicks ass. I guess they're ranked number 1 in the world.
Yeah.
They play on like a different court. It's like that spongy, cushiony.
Yeah.
So like I'm so here for random shit like that. Like Team USA basketball is just gonna mop up. So I need something a little bit more spicy. And
the ladies will be fun too, dude.
Fuck the Russians. Yeah. Ladies will be fun too, but fuck the Russians.
I saw that Cameron was on the 3-on-3 team, but she got hurt.
Cameron Brink.
Yeah.
She was on the 3-on-3 team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because she probably didn't make the.
That could be why. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I mean she's young. I think Caitlin Clark made it as a reserve, right? Like after someone got hurt.
Nah, I don't think she's on the team.
I think someone pulled themselves out due to injury. It might have been Brittany Griner.
There's been a lot of fake news out there around the Olympics and the WNBA players especially. It's weird.
Fair enough.
I don't know why that is. Actually, I do. Sexism, big part of it.
Yeah.
And racism, another big part of it.
Yeah. Also, it's like.
Two people be hating on Brittany Griner. It's like, fuck, she can dunk, dude. You need to be quiet.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I think. Welcome to sports media, man. It's actually pretty grimy for the men's sports too. So I guess you've arrived when you're being talked about, and you're like, what are these people fucking saying? Because I can give you lots of weird takes being said on all sports. But yes,
Summer Olympics though, bro. You got like fucking swimming. You got skeet. You got all that kind of shit.
Skeet for you right now, dog. I'm just here for like needless patriotism, like in the most harmless fun
Dude,
way.
I like watching the track and field shit too, to be honest.
I do not.
Oh, really?
I like clips.
See, I threw the shot put and discus, so I like kind of like.
I mean, I'll fuck around. I'll throw something on and I'll watch a little bit, but like,
it's fun to watch those bitches jump off. Like bitches, just in general. Like I'm talking like the whole.
Sexist.
Yeah. No,
and racist.
No, just coming off of a sexist, racist comment and then like saying, no, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, like bitches as like the whole of bitches, all them athlete bitches jumping over hurdles. Is someone gonna take a clip of this podcast and just put that out there? It's out of context, bro.
Send it to some employers.
Employers, I work for myself, bro.
I know you're gonna fire yourself, dog. One of your clients, then you fucking dick.
It's in my contract. No, I'm just kidding.
The Olympics, dude. I'm just here for nonsense. I'm here for being unreasonably patriotic in a fun way. And fuck the Russians.
Battle count. Dude. Let's go.
Fuck the Russians.
We got some international listeners, dude.
Russian ones?
Not a bunch. Maybe.
Are they allowed? Their internet censored?
Dude, I don't think we get anybody listening from Russia, really.
Oh, well, fuck them, dude. Not the people, but your government for sure.
Yeah. So I'll stand by that. Sure. Yes.
Fuck Putin. Putin's like, last time I listened to this pod, fucking douchebags.
Dude,
this is my favorite video game.
There has been a shift, man. We used to shout out some of the locations outside of Minneapolis, St. Paul that would give us the most listens, and there's been a shift.
Where are we at?
Hold up. I'm gonna go all time. Come on now.
Yeah, get that heavy breathing. You do it too. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
All right.
You're going to have a doozy editing this one, dude.
Countries and territories. United States still at the top. Actually, 61% of our total listens. So, like, dude, we actually...
Less than I would have thought, yeah.
But anyways, I want to go more granular. Minneapolis, hometown. I guess you're a St. Paul boy. Number 1.
You're supposed to be. Fucking hometown, fucking bitch.
Oh, dude, this has actually changed since the last time I looked. Montreal and Quebec, Montreal and Winnipeg are back up into our 3 and 4 spot.
Dude, I'll fuck with them.
Dude, holler at Canada. You guys are doing work. I was looking at this a while back, and they were usurped by
I'll dip
a
my
couple other
fries in
cities.
gravy, dude. What's up?
But yeah, we got Minneapolis, then followed by St. Paul. Not as closely as you'd think. But then Montreal, we got a strong showing in Montreal, strong showing in Winnipeg, and then our Denver folk, Chicago, closely after that.
Good cities.
Yeah, dog.
Internationally, was that it?
So the way it goes, we got United States, Canada, then the UK, Mexico, Germany, Australia, France, Netherlands, Norway, Brazil. Those are our tops.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I don't see any Russia on here.
Fuck 'em.
I don't think they don't get to taste the low five.
How about North Korea? Do we have like one?
I
Kim
think it's
Jong?
probably like, nah, they're not on there either.
How would you feel if like you found out that Putin or Kim Jong listened?
huge
It's just
following.
huge.
Oh man,
He like wants to sponsor the podcast. I'm like, I could use some bread though. It's like I want Dennis Rodman as a guest star on your pod.
dude. For me, living in Spain for a whole year, I feel like Spain should be higher up on this list.
They're too busy being angry about stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
It's too hot.
Dude, but in the last few, so I was just looking at our all-time numbers, right? So within our last 5 episodes, I'm going to go. We still got US and Canada, but Frankfurt. Oh man, I'm going to butcher this. Frankfurt am Main Hesse?
Frankfurt, and then the second one was what? I would assume that's just Frankfurt.
Right, but it's probably the territory or something.
Yes, yeah. I really thought I was gonna dunk on you and know some shit, but I didn't.
Yeah, we got someone in Germany listening. That's dope. Listen to a bunch of our last 5 episodes.
Dude, Salaberry de Valleyfield, Quebec? Dude.
What kind of accent was that?
I don't fucking know. Maybe a little bit of French fanciness, but it was the coolest, most regal sounding shit I've ever seen, dude. Shouts out to you.
Right on.
Especially
That's
if you're
right.
still
Shouts out to you.
fucking
Thanks for
listening,
sticking
wherever this
around.
is.
Big digital hugs. It's time for us to sign the book off.
Peace.
Hit us up. Do that text thing. That's new. That's fancy. I wanna get those texts in the inbox. I want to tell Luke that 300 of you said that Tetris is the GOAT.
Dick pics.
Till next time. Peace.